some fun last year talking about simple-minded foreskin, ray poses, and Yeti Furbies. And while we'll be spotlighting some Italian horror films this year, we're going for the most prominent entries in the subgenre, which could only mean they'll contain all the class, subtlety, and sophistication as the most elite of our own American horror films. God damn it! There. Better. I gotta say, it feels appropriate to finally be talking about Lucio Fulci's Zombie, given how many times I've talked about the sequels. Now I can know where all of the inappropriate dubbing, killing birds, and music video scenery originated from. Well, that's easy. It originated from Dawn of the Dead. There's a poster right there. You didn't need to cut to a picture. This is one of the few times where the poster on my right is actually getting acknowledged. Yeah. Yes, upon the release of George Romero's classic indoor mall infomercial Dawn of the Dead, the film was given the more simple title Zombie because of the film's inevitable confusion with Dawn of the Dead. Yet a pre-existing script about zombies rampaging through island territory was also in production, so in order to cash in on the success of Dawn of the Dead, this film was retitled Zombie 2, and sequences were filmed in New York to make it feel like a sequel, I guess. Because indoor shopping mall, New York City, same fucking thing. And since there was no Zombie 1 in the States, it's just simply called Zombie for us. Or Zombie Flesh Eaters in Australia. Or Voodoo in Denmark. Or Zombies 2 in Japan. Or the most appropriate title of all, Island of the Living Dead. Oh man, if I were to ever do a video spotlighting sequel baiting and foreign titles, that would surely leave me chronologically confused. Zombie and Zombie 2 are the same movie, but not Zombie and Zombie, and somehow twins as Zombie 42 just to fuck with me. At least back then it wasn't the genre that was tired and overexposed. It was just the title Zombie. But the point is that even though this was written before Dawn of the Dead, it's called Zombie 2, so that clearly means it's a ripoff of Dawn of the Dead. So says the people who haven't seen it, as well as me. Fuck, I've been talking for so long, I forgot how this movie opened. What happened again? Right.
The boat can leave now.
How? You just shot the captain. Zombie stars Tisa Anthropophagus Pharaoh, Ian I'm Not Roger Moore McCulloch, and Richard the Rectangle Johnson. These other names seem pretty Italian. How am I supposed to know this is an Italian movie if the names aren't fake American sounding? Eventually, the boat makes its way to beautiful Los Angeles. I can think of something that needs to be digitally removed from this scene. This framing that is making me seasick. And that works out too, because part of the promotion for the film is that they included barf bags for the audience members. Just look at this trailer. In the interest of public health, the management will provide a patron with a barf bag. Just to make the movie-going experience all the more pleasant. The combination of sticky floors, crying babies, obnoxious teenagers, and fucking vomit! Whatever. This movie can't be that gross.
Hey, Sarge, that boat's abandoned.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That was very obvious dubbing. And if there's one thing I hate worse than obvious dubbing, it's a boat without a proper maid. This is quite like Quint's boat even before he offered to catch Jaws. That is, if his boat had a fucking zombie in it. Now we know who ate all the food on the boat, and the fucking beast is still hungry. I don't see him being shot in the head, but whatever. Zombies can't swim. And way to rip off the fact that Dawn of the Dead had blood in it. Ace reporter Peter West is on the case, as given to him by the movie's director Lucio Fulci as J. Jonah Burt Young. Already the crime scene is a mess. They didn't even chalk outline the wasted food. Tisa Farrow plays Ann Bowles, daughter of the boat's owner.
Yes, it's my father's boat.
I can tell by the empty packages of sour cream and salsa pork rinds. Meanwhile, we must find out what killed zombie Paul McCartney.
Do you have a hypothesis for the cause of this injury?
Yes, it's very confusing. How on earth could this man have perished?
Pass me the scalpel.
He asked for a facelift, and come hell or high water, I'm not gonna let death stand in the way of me making this man look like Bruce Jenner. Scalpels in the autopsy room, by the way, gives the corpses a massive boner, and decides to investigate the boat homicide herself when...
Don't scream.
If you squint your eyes, I'm Colin Firth. Don't scream. At least they got some good music in there.
Well, the police version doesn't convince me. And I guess it doesn't convince you either, otherwise you wouldn't be here. What were you looking for?
You've got a hell of a nerve, you know that?
You're not so bad yourself.
Oh, please.
I would ask what's with the disco soundtrack, but it's giving my shoulders a bit of a workout. So carry on. Ugh, again, just like that scene from Dawn of the Dead. You know, the scene with the boat in it. Only this is a little different, I guess.
Hey, what the hell's going
Oh.
I'm sorry, it's just... Ian McCulloch is supporting a very unconvincing comb-over. I apologize, officer. Making out at a crime scene with the guy from Dr. Butcher MD is kind of my thing. All this leads to the information about the island of Matul, where the boat came from. Wait, island? Now we're ripping off the remake of Dawn of the Dead? How is this movie so psychic? And with the daughter of the victim teaming up with an older man to solve the mystery, it's also psychically ripping off Halloween 3! Oops, how embarrassing. The plane left with the camera crew behind. I'm sure someone will be there to film the island. There's just certain kinds of music that let you know that what you're watching is definitely taking place on an island. Here, let's just switch it up a little bit. See, and now it's telling me that the one solving the zombie mystery is Inspector Clouseau. And he's Asian now. Peter and Anne get some help from Adrian Barfreau and comedian Steve Agee. They help take him to the island of Matul.
2 months of fishing, bathing, and sunshine.
Well, we have to go to Matul.
Did he just call me a tool?
And experience with boats?
I make out on them with grieving women all the time. At least we can finally see this island.
This is Matul calling Guadalupe 1.
Wait, he's Matul? I wasn't expecting the island of Matul to be so handsome. Ah, damn it, he's taken.
I want to leave this damn island right now.
Could be worse. You could be in Cannibal Holocaust and people would assume you're dead. Loosen up. Who wouldn't want to be on an island of zombie research? Oh, ew. She's serving it in a tall glass with no ice? That's not how I drink my whiskey. She should be happy. Her husband, Richard Johnson, was almost James Bond, and you can kinda tell. But she's still determined to act the unholy hell out of this scene.
I'm the only one who knows what you're doing. And don't think I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I'm going to tell everyone that you're the one who's crazy, demented, cruel, evil.
To be fair, nah, I got nothing. As you can see, this is foreshadowing the reason that there was probably barf bags for this movie. Still don't know why she's so upset. Her house looks to be built around a pyramid, and her husband is gonna keep on doing his zombie research until he himself turns into the Incredible Hulk. But all he'll probably get is a bit part in Beyond the Door. Oh, and now we're ripping off Dexter. This is more realistic. Back on the boat, Al Cliver has the same tan on his chest that Ian has on the back of his head. And speaking of tan... because sure, Dawn of the Dead had tits too, just saying. I almost forgot that early strap-ons came with an oxygen tank. Such beautiful scenery. Oh my god, it's those things from the Asylum films. I didn't know they were fucking real. That's the look of someone who is now unsure about this scene, just like some of the other action scenes in this. I'm not sure that was planned. Plus, I was wrong. Zombies can swim. Oddly enough, the water zombie was originally supposed to be played by exploitation filmmaker Rene Cardona Jr. of Guyana Cult of the Damned and Cyclone. Probably because the scene has animal violence in it. I don't know. He dropped out when he became sick, or maybe he just didn't want to wrestle a shark. Just think, what was a 1979 Italian exploitation film that handed out barf bags is now used to sell Windows 7 on television. She should have known a zombie was gonna turn up. The theme music was playing. Gotta admit, this zombie versus shark scene is fantastic. But if you try something like this in a movie nowadays, I will be too good for it. Unfortunately, radio show hosts are gonna say she was asking for the zombie attack with her nude scuba diving and all. Meanwhile, in a part that doesn't make me want to jerk off as much.
Doctor, everybody leave her now. They all afraid.
Quiet, please.
As the best actor here, I'm gonna need more lines than you in this scene. Now the zombie epidemic is starting to make sense.
They pick up their positions and disappear.
Where did they go?
They're going inland. They're making voodoo, I think.
Voodoo won't solve anything.
Voodoo. I remember that word used in passing in Dawn of the Dead. Shame, shame, shame. Unlike the scuba diving scene, at least the window is nice enough to black box this scene for me. This woman has eyes that say, I don't care what it is outside, I'm still gonna be troubled by it. I really don't think I should have said eyes, but oh shit! Hume Cronin is trying to get in. I keep hearing that this scene is a nasty bit of gratuitous violence, but finger severing? I saw that in the interview. That's nothing. Wasn't that bad, I guess.
Doctor.
I'm sorry. those sandals with those pants and that lab coat? She's certainly not named Dr. Fashion. Not that Johnson is a better doctor.
You afraid to say it? Huh? So we go to the hospital. Come on.
Back when not only could the doctors be drunk, but they were also the heroes. Whoa, wait, don't do it. Son of a bitch! Ugh, having more realistic blood than Dawn of the Dead is a point against the film, thank you very much. I suppose this is one way to dispose of all these bodies. Hey Bob, hey Frank, how you doing Ted? A little chilly. Seems most of the patients are simply trying to outact Richard Johnson's wife. And look at that puke around the mouth. She too gets sick by bad dubbing. Maybe now we can finally know what in the hell is going on around here.
You ever heard of voodoo?
Voodoo? Doctor, you gotta be joking. That's kid stuff. I mean, voodoo's just plain superstitious horseshit.
With all due respect. Anne's dad is seen stricken with the disease in a flashback, and oh, you motherfucker, don't do it! Oh, too smart for you. Huh? It's ketchup. Just as long as they have their priorities right.
Fritz, a friend of mine. Happens to be the only other white man on the island.
Therefore, he's extremely important. Now, what about any other white people on the island?
My wife's alone at the cottage. We only got our manservant to look after her, and I'd be very grateful if you'd call on her.
Yeah, look, we spent a bunch of money on the gore effects for her corpse, so we really need someone to find them. Here's an example of some of those effects right now. Although this isn't really a zombie. There was just a horrible pancake batter explosion in the kitchen. Ah, here we are, Pyramid House. This must be the place. Let's see those gore effects we were told about. Suddenly swimming with sharks doesn't seem like a bad idea. The act of doing it or the movie, I guess. To be fair, the Matul McDonald's did just get the McHousewife in stock. The gang almost gets away too, except, you know, it's a movie. I'm glad we're cutting back. I'm a little unclear on this whole voodoo thing.
Is it voodoo?
Lucas, not a man. My father always say, when the earth spit out the dead, they will come back to suck the blood from the living.
That's nonsense.
Okay, that line was a little bit like the "when there's no more room in hell" line from Dawn of the Dead. Luckily, they've picked the perfect place to hide out, a cemetery. When you make a movie on an island with Tisa Farrow, you may get to make out with her, but someone will probably try to eat you. This is what they get for just lightly sprinkling some dirt on the corpse. But at least we finally get to see the real star of the film. No joke, he is the real star. Look, he's all over the poster and all over the home media copies of the movie. Just like how Dawn of the Dead starred the bald guy. What's this? We are going to eat you? Pfft, whatever. I think I've seen about 20 porno films with that tagline. I'm not scared of your rotted dick-sucking lips. Oddly enough, the zombie actor Ottaviano Dell'Acqua did actually go on to star in a movie. It was Rats, Night of Terror. I can't see why that movie would pop up on this show later this year. I think we're gonna be fine here. We got 4 heroes to help out with this. Okay, 3 heroes. Shooting him in the back, you idiot. That's not how you kill a zombie. You overexpose them to death. Or that works too. Too bad he summoned his friends as well. Look, there's Eyelids, Worm Tongue, and Christabel, according to this tombstone, I guess. And to add insult to injury, it's hurricane season. At least in that one shot it was. Oh, Now more than ever, thank God we've got a doctor on this island.
Shall I continue with the transfusion?
It's useless. You're gonna die anyway.
I forgot, he's also Pessimistic Santa from Christmas in Pac-Land. The zombies have the entire place surrounded, and they even brought Dana Carvey with them. The humans didn't bring any weapons, but they did bring bad news.
What about my wife?
Which part of your wife? I, on the other hand, think that I know the reason why the zombies are approaching. Isn't it obvious they're being lured in by the sinister voodoo movie music? Go ahead and switch that off. Okay, sure, you can change it to something else, but the zombies are already there, and they're still hungry, so why not feast? Hell, some of them are already inside. Well, now I don't want him as my doctor because he can't see anything beside him. And what the hell was that he said earlier?
We've performed tests. Epilepsy and for catalepsy.
Epilepsy. So he thinks I'm a zombie? Aside from that, damn smart zombies Trojan horse them by bringing white bags of supposed candy as a gift. It really benefits the zombies too that a lot of people just stand around and wait to die. Though the zombies do a lot of standing around too. Hey, how you doing? We hear there's booze in here. Any of you guys got a fireball? Huh, thank you, thank you. Actually, this is what downtown Springfield looked like when everyone woke up hungover on New Year's Day. The plan is, if they destroy this place good enough, the zombies will want to take up residency elsewhere. The homeowner's insurance would be through the roof, and that's if the ceiling weren't on fire. At least he got to meet Rita Moreno before leaving the island. Well, fucking duh. Here, we'll get you back to New York. That's why everyone here turns into a zombie. There's no Band-Aids or Flintstone vitamins. And you're still our chauffeur, so you still need to drive our lazy asses. Until you die, that is. No matter, one zombie was left in the water and one in the morgue. I'm sure New York is fine.
I've just been informed that zombies have entered the building. They're at the door. They're coming in.
Ugh, man cow, turn it off. Maybe this really is serious. How did they get up there? As dire as this situation is, New York being taken over by zombies, it's nice that everyone is driving away from the city at a normal, polite, non-emergency speed. Hell, some are even driving back into the city. Are they crazy? Whether Zombie was released as a standalone film or an unofficial sequel to Dawn of the Dead, the film was a cult hit with horror fans, and while being banned in certain countries like Great Britain, labeling it as a video nasty, the film rejuvenated director Lucio Fulci's career as a horror icon, who would then go on to direct other zombie splatter films such as The Beyond and City of the Living Dead. And I'm sure those are rip-offs of Dawn of the Dead too, the original zombie film that takes place on an island with a voodoo curse. Wait, have I been confusing Dawn of the Dead with Weekend at Bernie's 2 this entire time? Well, regardless if it's Weekend at Bernie's 2 or Zombie, they both have something to do with eye gouging.